Boom. Faded with the music. How amazing was that? That was pretty. I've impressed myself. Hopefully, I'm not muted. That would be hilarious if I was muted right now. I almost forgot to unmute myself at the start of the stream because that's what I do. I forget to do things. Welcome back to the Crazy Crafter live stream, everyone. My name is Colin Bressi. I am the Crazy Crafter. Thank you so much for being here with me today. You all are fantastic. Very thankful that all of you could join me today as we finish up. I'm underwater again? Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? Stand by. Man, can't have nice things in this world. BRB. Alright, hopefully that has fixed my audio issues. Mike's stuffy and messed up. What else is new on this day? Let's see where it's at now. See, this is great. This is why it's awesome to have you guys here with me. And you know, it helps me figure everything out. Glub glub. Not anymore. No more glub glub. Well, let's try that again. And cut. We'll fix it in post. No, we won't because we're live. But welcome back to the Crazy Crafter live stream, everyone. I'm so thankful that all of you could join me out there. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. We're going to finish up the Fights on Foam diorama of the Duelists today. I've got some really good progress made on the minis. They're done. There may be a little bit of trim that I want to add to the bottom of Faro's, this is Faro, the Harvey Keitel character, Faro's boots, because there's no distinction between his pants and his boots, but we're close. So I've got the base of the diorama cut out, used the hot wire with that last night, Mod Podged it, so I'll be able to paint it, and we're going to be basically painting and flocking some final details today, adding a lot of little details. I'm going to experiment with some flock technique today, based off of the suggestions from some previous guests on the show. I'm going to try something out that I've never done before, and we'll see how it works out. Sound is mo better. Yay! I like sound is mo better. Who do we got out there with this today in the stream? Night Terrain is out there. Hello, Night Terrain. Welcome to the stream. Campaign Terrain is out there. Hello, says Campaign Terrain. Hello to you, my friend. The Mini Mason is out there as always too. Laura Elstead is out there. Thank you so much, y'all, for joining in today. Laura popped on over here and is got Nat 1 videos queued up after the Crazy Crafter live stream. Oh wow. You have not that there's a competition or a choice, but I'm honored that you chose to come hang out here. His video's up there. It's not going anywhere, but to be here live and hang out, it's right here. If you haven't done so, I put a link in the description below. Please head on over and check out Nat 1 Video's new video this week. It's absolutely amazing. He said he was like, oh, just do a little video this week, and then he's like got 2 builds in there. It's really more. There's really 3. There's multiple things happening in that video. It's really cool. Get to see his transition back from the countryside back to the city. His new crafting space that he set up. And speaking to that, a little bit of a spoiler alert. He talks about a new crafting space and setting up a new space, and I'm really digging being in this new environment here. It's fantastic to have a little bit more space, to have a little bit more privacy, a little bit more freedom, and it's still not 100% organized, and I'm sure it'll evolve and change. But that's what channels do. That's what live streams do. The studio is a fluid thing, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it comes around. Mini Mason, you're saying I managed to watch just before. I was looking at the time and I linked the video, and I was like, ooh, it's tight, but you can make it. I'm glad you're able to make it. I'm glad you're able to check it out. Definitely give that video some love. Be sure to like, comment on his video over there as well. Help him continue to grow onward and upward as Nat 1 Videos has done since its inception. So another really, really fantastic video about where Michael's at in his journey and the builds that he decided to do this week. Super cool. That dagger he made from from Skyrim, super cool. I was just like, it looks. There is a store. I have to see if I can find it. But there's an Etsy store, and this guy has to do like prop making in some way, shape, or form for either the theater or film and television. This is just, props are amazing, but he makes Skyrim daggers. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should really reach out to him and see if I can get him on the stream. But he makes like the orc daggers. He makes like the dragon glass. I don't think it's dragon glass. Maybe it's dragon glass stone. But like he does like all the different like little daggers that you can acquire or forge in Skyrim, and they are spectacular. I think he resin casts a lot of them, but uses some natural materials, and so he paints them up. They're gorgeous. I'll have to find it. I hope I saved it on my Etsy. I'll look, but I'll definitely look up and see if I can find it for you guys, because his stuff is really cool. You think you saw that store? Yeah, it came up. It came up one day as a suggested feed for me. So the Etsy had me pegged. It's like, you should check this guy out, and I did, and I was like, I want all the things. I want all the things. Okay. Let's dive in. I don't know how long it's gonna take to finish this. I mean, PVA and stuff isn't gonna be dry today, and I don't even know if I brought stuff to seal the PVA. Like, I know I have glue, but I don't want anything down. It'll be all right. Even if I don't seal it on the stream today, I can seal it. So one of the things I'm gonna try out today, I'll show you guys. You can't tell her. Don't tell her. But this is like my mom's favorite old grinder, and it's pretty old, and I bet you if I clean it really well, she won't mind if I try grounding up some floral dollar store moss in it, right? I may have to buy a new grinder for my mom. Good thing her birthday is coming up soon. Fun fact, my mom and Amy Root, friend of this channel, share the same birthday. Isn't that wild? Anyway, I'm gonna try using that terrain. I've got that mixed up. I've got some just standard static flock grass, and then I've got some clump foliage down here. I've got some like lichen. I'm gonna try to while I'll show you what I'm doing. Why don't I, instead of just talking about it, why don't I? I'll show you. So, here, ready? Here's the big reveal of the base. Yeah, pretty simple. Not anything too spectacular. It's gonna be. I wanted to keep it simple. I dimpled and pushed in the surface. I don't know if you can really tell, but I just like pressed it in. It's got slight uneven surfaces because it's just a grass field that they're fighting in. I wanted the focus, and I wanted the emphasis to be on the minis, right? So, give you guys a little heads up here. Let's see what it says here. Stuff is stickier than you expect. You'll have to clean it with, say, a toothbrush to get all the green bits out of the blades. I know. I'm not. Okay, listen. Amy, it's not. It's like it is hers, but we have a big one that we grind stuff up with. We also have this little one. I just think it's gonna work really well. Anyway, I am tempting fate, and if you don't hear from me on Saturday, you'll know what happened to me. Not this Sunday, but 9 days from now, my video will have EVA and some PE foam in it. Ooh, nice! I'm excited to check that video out, Cross. That'll be cool. What are you gonna make with it? Can you tell us, or are you keeping mum's the word right now? Anyway, here's the minis. They're coming out. Hold on, let me pull this back over here a little titch. Yeah. Chance to see these guys a wee bit. Moving it right there. Yeah. Came out pretty good. I'll show another view. Yeah. Show another view in a second here with these guys. I'm going to see if the magnifying glass works. You guys can tell me if it looks pretty good. But they came out pretty good. Let me flash forward over to a slightly larger one for you guys so you can check it out. let me bring that up. Let me take this one away. Let's transition over to this, so you guys can see. Came up pretty good. Yeah, I ended up painting the queons and the pommels and stuff yesterday. I kind of went with a slightly bronze color on that. I also ripped. So I ripped the guard of this guy. I ripped it off and I repositioned it because from the side profile it looked crooked. Now I've fixed it and it looks better. It's not quite the line that it's gonna have that I wanted from the film in there. It should be pointed a little straighter on towards the other mini. See, it's kind of like cutting across the body there. That's not the position that I wanted, but it will look the best. So I'm gonna go with it. You can see a little bit of detail on the pommel in there, and the bead cap is. It worked really well. I really like it, but you know, these bead caps are pretty big, and it also weighted the mini down pretty good. But the green stuff one came out pretty good. Now, if you guys look closely at the guard, still too big for a small sword. Yeah. I can show you small sword up close. Yeah. Small sword guard, tiny, right? In proportion, so you can see it by the hand right here. It's not very big. So proportionally speaking, still a little too big with my sculpt, but it came out pretty good. And I wanted to put a little bit of design in there, so I don't know if you can see. I put a little bit of the grain, added some lines and texture on the guard there. But the pommel on this came out pretty good. And then the next stuff, if you've noticed. Here's the Harvey Keitel character unpainted with the hair. Notice the hair. And then, boop, my green stuff braids. The hair came out. Came out pretty good. So green stuff continues to be one of the more versatile components that I'm really enjoying using all throughout these builds. So I'm digging it. I'm doing more green stuff is what I'm doing. That is what I have discovered. Well, you guys are gonna have to tell me. What you've built with green stuff. How have you used it in your builds? What are some tips and tricks that you really enjoy? What are some of your favorite sculpts or uses for the green stuff? Because I really enjoy these braids, the swords. I think this is a really fun way to craft just smaller detail that, you know, it's hard, you know. the joy of the hobby is like, you feel like, man, I really want this guy to have a rune, like I want him to have a satchel, but I want special elven runes that are adhered to it. You can make that. You can make it with milliput. You can make it with green stuff. Make it with clay. It's pretty awesome. You can get a lot of added detail to the mini, and that will be an exciting show coming up the following week. Carl from Carl Makes Stuff had a meeting with him yesterday. Carl's going to be back on the stream, and that's what we're going to focus on then, is some milliput and some green stuff sculpting, because Carl's brilliant at it. Carl's been doing it, and he's been playing with it a while. He was showing me a head that he had sculpted yesterday, so it'll be fun doing that on the stream. You won't want to miss out on that Sunday tutorial. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. So, super cool. Let's check the chat hit real quick here. Did you consider making a facade for the little green house on one side of the diorama? I have. I've thought about that. And the cool thing about this build right now, Mini Mason, is if I leave this plain, I can still do that. And I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. The other thought that I had too is this might be too big once I get the minis on here, and I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe I want to like go around them a little bit. I don't know. I'm definitely thinking about adding more to it. But it'd be kind of cool to even just have like one side if it was just a sheet of, imagine this just as a sheet, like just a single single like side of it, a corner of it where it's angled up there. I thought about it, but I also kind of like this may be a little too big for the minis to feature them, but I want to play around with it, and I kind of wanted to let the minis be a little bit of the feature with just some simple basing on here. But I reserve the right to change my mind. I think your idea is a good one, Mini Mason. It'd be fun. If you cut me all individual roof shingles that are destroyed. I'm just kidding. I can do that too. I'm gonna try to emulate those shingles you shared with all of us on the Discord. Those are amazing. Indestructible modular walls. Oh, that's cool. Things that'll last. Is that terrain that lasts? I like that. Haven't meddled with green stuff yet, but I have to make a cape for my tiefling mini. We'll get some green stuff, Mini Mason, because next week is gonna be the time to do it with Carl on the stream. It's gonna be awesome, right? Or start experimenting with ahead of time. It's such a cool material to build and play with. These minis look great, Colin. Waiting for my first order of green stuff. I'm excited to get it. That's great. You guys will not be sad. I think it's gonna be awesome. I like that it's big because it gives the expansiveness of the field. That's kind of what I was hoping for too. Root was a larger space, and really kind of like this whole concept of distance within the fight to try to expand it a little bit. And I we'll see. I don't know how. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not, but I will find out. Right? It can always change. What's up, Pulp? We see you, Pulp. Adelier? I think I'm getting that right. Maybe. Is green stuff in the birthday package? I'm not telling you what's in your birthday package. I can probably tell you what's going to be in my mom's birthday package after I use this grinder. She's gonna, or this processor. She's gonna be so mad if I ruin this thing. But she's had it for a long time, and I can get her a new one. I'll get her a nice one. Pulp, welcome to the stream. Super thrilled to have you here. We're finishing up the diorama today, with the Duelists. So I guess that's kind of the next step. Let's move on to the minis are good. Well, maybe I start with the minis here. This is the one thing that I'm like, it's really hard. That's not true. With the dry brush up close, it's harder to see on the camera. But there is a distinction between the color of the boot and the pants. I'm debating. Maybe if I put like a little gray cuff, I could accent it. Let me see what happens if I accent it. It's like such a small thing. I don't know if it's necessary, but it'll be fun. Let's shake up a little paint, and we'll get it down there. Add a little cuff to the base of it, huh? Why not? Be happy. So, as I'm doing this cuff, I'll share with you a story that happened last night as I posted pictures, or I posted a picture of the newly completed Gabriel Ferreau mini here, right? This one right here. And I posted it, and I did a side-by-side comparison with a still from the movie that I pulled off the internet, and it shows Harvey Keitel's character in the Young Guard replicating this pose, and I was all excited. I spent all this time working on it, and as I pulled from memory, I was just like, cool, he's in a I'll show it here. He is in what I thought was a thread the needle, a pronated guard. Yeah, I thought he was in a pronated guard with the sword, holding it where your palm is facing down. Yeah, in reality, if you go back to the picture, he's not. He is in supination. And I texted Amy, and I was just like, God damn it. I was so sad. I was just like, I was like, no, I thought I got it. I thought I got everything right about the guard. But if I go back here, I'll flash it back to the opening shot. Let's cut right over to it. It's hard to see. If you go on the Discord, this picture is up there, but it may be too far away to show up. I'll post the side by side. If you haven't seen, if it's on my Instagram page too, you can go back to it. It's totally in Supination, I promise you, because I was super sad. Who's gonna care about that? No one. No one will care about that, like Amy said. Amy's like, no one's gonna care about that, Colin. And I was just like, I know, but I care about it. And I'm sad that I missed that little detail. But that's okay. That's part of the fun of the whole process, is figuring out. Man, it almost would have been cool to do like something that went a little bit brighter than just this gray, but I don't know. I'm going to start with the gray. I'm going to try it. And then I'm going to catch up with the chat here, so give me a second, guys. Just a little cuff. Yeah, that's really tiny. This is maybe a detail that I didn't need to expend on the stream, but that's okay. It'll be there, and I know it's there. Sometimes you got to do the thing that's just gonna make you happiest with the build. That's the whole point of it, right? Crafting something that you enjoy, that brings you joy. There we go. A little more pronounced cuff. That helps. That helps. May not be able to see it 100%, but a little bit of cuff delineation between the boot and the shoe. I'll take it. The stance is wrong. That's it. I'm out. It's not even the stance. I mean, I guess it's part of his stance, but it's the way his sword position. It's nuts. Cut him some slack. He's just a beginner at stage fighting. I see you. Well, if truth be told, I am not the greatest small sword fighter. I do have a good wrist, but if when it comes to small sword, I know who is the best in this virtual space right now. Amy Root that's some small sword that I like. I always enjoy getting to work with Amy in any facet, but working small sword with her is quite fantastic. It's one that she loves for sure, and it comes, she loves all of it, but small sword is definitely one of her jams. I love that picture, Amy. You'll have to find it. If you have the picture, you have to put it up in the Discord. It's one of my favorite pictures of anyone ever caught doing our work. It's the one that Richard Ryan's nephew caught in 2011 when you were working small sword. I think we were in the studio theater at the North Carolina School of the Arts. But you're caught, and I think you're almost in, is it a punto reversi that you're doing in that moment? Trying to go around on the outside there. I think that's what it was. But anyway, if you have that picture, put it up in the Discord so everyone can see you fight small sword, because it's awesome. Let's see. Baja, shots fired at the Mini Mason. Yeah, definitely shots fired. Not the beginner at stage combat. Oh, I am sad. I'm sad that you have offended me thusly. Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna bring... I don't need to go away yet. My head's fine there. I'm gonna do a little bit of dry brushing. On this base. We're gonna get that set up, and we'll go. I'm gonna put a glove on so I can dry brush my hand. Unnecessary glove shot. Okay. How about a little bit of paint? Boom. Oh my gosh, I guess I shouldn't throw it too hard. Hit my minis. Destroy all my minis. Chilly. That would be terrible, huh? Okay, I've got... Do I have green in here? If I don't have any green paint out here, I'm going to laugh. It will be a... And I got green paint. It will be a... It'll be a brown dry brushing, which actually I'm probably going to do a little bit of both. A little bit of green, a little bit of brown. Dry brush together for a little bit of the earth tone underneath of it, but just a little bit of an overbrush on it. Pardon my reach across the cam there. Probably should move those brushes a little bit, huh? Make that a little bit easier in the future. Why would I make stuff easier? So I like to just dab this stuff here on the tray a little bit too. If I know I'm not using a ton of colors, and then maybe a little bit of wiping it down on brush, and then I'll kind of just hit these nitro gloves have like a little bit of texture. It kind of takes a little bit of the paint away, which is pretty cool. And then I'll go to town. Ah, yes, the sounds of brushes. They're the sounds of the dry brush. Oh, something else I'm going to do. I'm going to repaint the edges black. I'm going to leave it like a black border instead of painting. Normally I would paint the sides of it, but since it's a diorama, I kind of want to give it a little more definition. So I'm going to do that. A little bit of green in here. Are you guys working on anything today? Are you guys crafting along with me, or what are you up to? You're just chilling with me. Chilling with me is always good, but I'd love to see what you're building. If you haven't done that, and you haven't been to, oh man, there's some reflection in there with the fluorescent lighting off the black. Still want to get a little bit more over there. Just let me go back. Hit that up. Hit that up right there. Catch these edges. Now, I could have done, if I had thought about this, I hadn't moved my paint card out here yet from last night. It was actually still, the only thing I brought out here was my mini paints, not my acrylic for all the terrain stuff. And if I'd had that, I should have just walked back in and got the, I should have just got some brown. Because then my big thing that I'm trying to utilize and do now is add some brown to whatever color, right? Whatever color I want it to be a dominant color in the Mod Podge, just mix that in. It doesn't always have to be black. It can be whatever you want. There's some leftover glitter from the build from Tina on Sunday on this dry brush that I used. It's adding glitter. There you go, Amy. Glitter to the build. Glitter to the build. Cool. Maybe just a little bit more. Maybe just a little bit more. Let's see where we are with Le Chat as I'm dry brushing away here. God. Offended enough for a duel? Oh my gosh. Who am I gonna do? A mini mason? Oh my gosh, mini mason. Are we gonna duel? Well, if I challenge you, you get to pick the weapon, right? I think that's how the etiquette goes, if I'm not mistaken, depending on where we are. But I believe that's the etiquette. What is that? It's a little cut in the terrain there. What weapon would you choose? Not if you slap hard enough. The glitter that keeps on, dude, that's glitter. This week's video is finishing rendering. I'm giving it a test view. Make sure it came out right. Multitasking 2 videos at once. Yeah! That's how we do it. That's how you do it. Cross. Gauntlet. It is, gauntlet has been thrown. It's still cracking me up. Okay. Let's add some brown. Some brown. Now that's the sparkly chocolate brown. I don't think we're going to do that. We're not going to do the sparkly chocolate brown. That's not quite what I was hoping for. Let's go with... Oh, here we go. some burnt umber, right? That'll work. A little bit of burnt umber will be nice texture in there. Nice color. So you don't miss out on any of the paint action. Right, here it comes. Maybe. And then I'm just going to leave my green on there for a little bit of the dry brush. Maybe get off a little bit more excess of it. So I can, you know, mix. It's just going to mix in. It's no big deal. It's pretty much gone. So now let's mix in. Get this little dry brush going. And then I'll get to flocking. I don't know. Do I want to flock first? I don't know. Do I want to flock first, put them down? I go back and forth on that sometimes. Sometimes I like putting the minis down. But then, you know, I don't want to go out around them too much. I don't know. This field's pretty interesting. You know, it's got some thicker grass in it. So that's why I kind of wanted to try. I wanted to try getting just a few different layers of texture in it to see how to see if I could emulate this expansive field like Amy was saying. And it really is kind of I don't know, it's a pretty grass, and I think it's a simple grass, but there's like some areas where there are tufts, so I'm going to add some tufts in play, and it should be pretty cool. I think it's going to look cool. Is it? It'll be cool and worth it if it doesn't destroy my poor mother's thing. But I couldn't think of a better way to grind it up. And instead of buying another tool, just use the one that's here, and I'll clean it really good. I do have some spare toothbrushes for such tasks. So, yeah. Got a little bit of green, got a little bit of brown in there. It's looking good. Yeah. Autofocus is still getting a little crazy with this camera. I'm slowly learning to work, but the quality of the crafting cam, have you guys noticed? Very, very, very clean today. It's a lot cleaner. It's a little bit better. Thank you, Amy Root, for sending me down that rabbit hole. Not only is crafting the rabbit hole, man, live streaming is the rabbit hole. YouTube, like being a content creator, is a rabbit hole. Yeah? I love it. It's another part of the craft. I choose Pikachu. You're choosing Pokemon? Bro. Well, if you're choosing Pokemon, then I choose my son. I'm sending my son into battle. My son's like trained all the Pokemon, plus he's pretending to be Pokemon, so I'm going to send my son in to fight. So if you're going to choose Pikachu, I choose my son. Good luck, Pikachu. Although, he'll probably be like, oh, Pikachu, and like hug Pikachu, and they won't end up fighting. It'll just be a Pikachu and Benjamin Hugfest, which, you know, we should live stream that event. I'd watch it. Okay. Now, for the next part, let us take Gabriel Farreau off there. Now, I just did something really crazy, and I grabbed him with this glove. Thank goodness it's dry brush and that stuff is dry, because I would have just put a bunch of green crap all over my mini. That would have made me crazy. But I didn't, so thank goodness. Glove off. Okay. Is it animal cruelty? Oh! Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess it kind of is animal cruelty. Isn't that wild? Am I supporting my child in danger of animals? Although he really feels like he wants to care for all the Pokemon, so I feel like it may, hopefully it turns into animal, like an animal stewardship is my hope. And he wants to take care of animals. We're trying to slowly introduce like chores to him now. So he helps me feed the cat every night. He helps me brush the cat every night. So trying to reinforce taking care of you know, our pets, part of the family. But he really likes the brushes. And so does our cat Ender. Oh my gosh, Ender's loving all the brushes. But now that I've introduced that, because, you know, you can't, they're little monsters, cats are, and I put Ben to bed, and then I come out of bed, and then my cat is like sitting by me purring, going, yeah, cool, where are my brushes? Like, it's your turn now. So I've created a monster. Oh, let's see, what do we got out there? You guys are chilling right now. Okay, what do you guys think? What would you do? I'm curious. Would you flock first and then put your minis down, or would you put the minis down and then flock? And tell me why. I'm curious why you would do one versus the other. But I'm going to take a look at this organization and kind of start playing around with, maybe I'll switch the camera up just for a second here, because this view doesn't really give you the view that I want. I know I don't want to switch this up. Give me 1 second while I turn that off, and I want to maybe rearrange and refocus this one. Hold on. Boom. Let's try this. See how this works. Okay. So here's Gabriel Farreau, kind of over here on this side. You know, I can just use their bases still. That's probably what I should have done, because then they'll stand upright. So it's going to be a little off, but at least they'll stand up. Tell me if that's super grainy, if it's okay. You have to let me know. If that looks okay. I think it looks okay for the stream. That's not bad. Okay. Put this guy up. He's not going to last very long. The stucco on this guy is done. But here's kind of one of my thoughts that I had, which was letting them kind of be here almost in the middle. So then the point of view is here. Hold on. Doop. Doop. I'll go away for a second. Bye. That's kind of my thought, where they get almost in the middle of the diorama here, spread out, and I like this diagonal line across the diorama too. I think I'm going to try it. This is what I'm going to start with. I'm going to go with that. Okay? I'm going to try that. Let's see how this goes. I think that's my thought. If you guys have a different thought, share with it. Because I'm going to flock. I'm going to start flocking first, and then we'll go from there. With absolutely no experience, I would say flock first, because I stay true to how reality would be with having created tiny versions of things. Flock first. The grass is dry. If it's raining and the scene, figure first. Flock first if the grass is dry, which it is. If it's raining in the scene, figure first, then flock so it looks like grass has been stuck to their boots. Yeah, it's not raining, and it doesn't look particularly damp or muddy. It's a thicker grass. That's true. I can always flock again after. That's true. Here's a task for you. Explain what flock is to non-crafters. Oh, flock. Flock is vegetation. It's some greenery. It could be either grass, typically grass, right, that you put down on a model or a piece of terrain to create added texture of vegetation. Yeah. And it can be, flocking can be a bunch of different stuff. You can make your homemade flock. You can get homemade flock pre-done. Yeah. I've got this Woodland Scenics here, static grass flock. I've got, a ton of different stuff. the stuff that I'm about to grind up and try out here. This kind of the Spanish. Is this Spanish moss? What is this? I think this is Spanish moss. Yeah, the Spanish moss. You can grind it up, and it adds more texture to your pieces. Hey, what's up, Elston? Looking forward to hanging out with you tomorrow, buddy. It's gonna be fun. Some Lord of the Rings minis. Elston sent me some cool pictures for this week's thumbnail. For tomorrow's thumbnail. Ooh, man, that's a lot of flock. So, Elston, I'm about to get grounded from my poor mom here. I'm about to use her grinder. So let's see. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna see it using flock or static grass. So what is this? This one? No, it's flock. This one's a flock. You put them in the center, it will look more expansive. Yep, Harvey is more center, would highlight him a little bit more as more important, but you should definitely do what you want. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying, Root. Could totally add him to the center and add him a little bit more. I don't know yet. That's the cool thing is like I'm gonna put some color on it and get the flock down there, and then I can arrange. But having him a little bit more center would be cool. We'll see. I'm not sure. Oh Lord, I'm gonna get murdered tonight. I hope not. I'm gonna clean it. I get to clean. That's what I'm gonna do after the stream. I get to detail my mom's grinder. Although I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get to just stuff that in there. Get in there. I'm gonna be creating a new tool for the terrain kit over here. That's what I'm probably gonna end up doing. But we'll see. Get in there, flock. Is it, oh, other way. Other way, Bressy. Hold on. Hold on. Taking it off. Oh, it's got a thin cut. It's got a thin cut. It was clogged from the moss. At least that's what I'm gonna tell you. Alright, here we go. Okay, this might be a little loud. I'm gonna turn down the volume. Hold on, I'm gonna turn down the volume. It's not going. Hold on. I don't know why it's not going. This thing has to be like clicked in a very specific way. It's old, man, I'm telling you. It's just begging to be a piece of become an arsenal in the crafting tool. It's not working. Hold on. Is it this way? It's not this way. It's going this way. Nope. I have it the right way. This is the stream, guys. You getting to see me. This is locked in place. This is locked, right? Dots line up. Dude. Sometimes I'm a genius. And you know what? The plastic thing he slides into the white base part. Yeah. I had it right. It helps. It helps you guys, right? If the motherfucker is plugged in. It's a loose cord. It's an old extension cord, so it like I lifted it up and it like fell out easy. So anyway, that's what happened there. All right, it's plugged in. I don't want to like send the grinding things too loud. Let's see how it goes with it. Voila! It has done nothing. It is cut up very little bits. Actually, it has a hole, so something I didn't know about this. It has a hole on the side here. Yeah? And that hole is actually, it's filled with the chopped up bits, and it sent that stuff is also Plan B and Plan B, because I thought it might be a little thick. So Plan B. Let's try this. It's cool. Again, never done it before, so learning all sorts of new stuff. I was like, oh, it's pretty thick. I don't know if this little grinder will do it, because it's an old grinder. It's not as great. I mean, I was like, I could just do exactly what I'm doing right now, which is cut up these ends, but I really want to get it fine. So that's why I'm coming in here. I'm gonna see what happens. This might help. I turned the mic low. That's all I did. I went super low. I turned it down for that. So let me try it again. I'll go mid. You guys tell me if it's. I don't want to like blow anyone's like thing up. You know what I mean? Like as we're doing this. Let's try this. That's what I do. I hope you guys are entertained by my follies of live streaming, where I constantly am trying to do random things, and you know they work or they don't. So it's pretty coarse stuff for it. It's chopped it up a little bit, but not as much as I'd hoped. So, I mean, the nice thing is my mom's grinder is okay. That's important. So let me do this. Let me dump that stuff out. All sorts of stuff in here. Put that back. Bring this here. Set this over here. Let's get it away. I have now. Let me undo that so I'm not locked in. So, wonder if I should had a chef's knife up. I mean, I could just scrap the plan of this flock because it's pretty thick stuff. But I wonder if I take it and just cutting it up super fine. I don't know. I really liked this stuff because it was a longer grass, or it was a longer grass to like add some more, just another layer of texture down. So that's what I was doing. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to chop it up a little bit here. Get some, make it fine, just kind of feed it through here. I totally feel like an old sharp knife would be awesome. Uh-oh. I lost the chat for you guys. Where did the chat go? Hold on. Hold on. Well, it's still going. I lost the chat for you guys. Let me see if it'll go down there. Chat rate. Playbacks. Where did I go? I don't even know what I did to it. I can't see your guys' stuff anymore. Hold on. Dadgummit. I'm doing all the things wrong today. I'll see if I have to get back how I get the chat back here in a second. I mean, it's still streaming. I just can't see your guys' chat, which is booty. I'll fix it in a second. I clicked something on my mouse and it made the chat disappear. No clue why, but it did. All right. Okay. Some smaller bits in here. It's not bad. Can play around with maybe a little bit of this stuff. Okay. So some smaller bits, which I think will work well. Just a little bit more. Gonna get the shop vac out after this. Okay. I am trying to see where everyone is at. Let's try this. Oh my goodness. There we go. Goodness gracious. I had to reload it. I was typing troubleshoot and realized my folly. Yeah, I was about to make a joke about that, Root. I was just like, someone Google it and type it in the chat. But when all else fails, I think it just needed to refresh. I have no idea how it got rid of the chat. That's so wild. But it did. But now I'm back, so I can see you guys. Yeah, I think the true folly is I'm the true folly here. I am the true folly. Okay. Let's get some flock down. Let's go with a little bit of glue. Oh, I know what I can use. I can use this. I'm gonna put that down there. I'm not in need of my wet palette right now, so I can just turn this over a little bit. A little bit of water. Wet palette for PVA glue. Okay, put that in there. Big old brush. This one has become the brush for PVA. It's easy to find now. Very easy to find. Okay. Photo request is up in the random chatter of the Discord. There it is, folks. We'll take a look at it too later on the stream. Thank you for putting that up there, Amy. It's a cool photo. One of my favorites. We're gonna have to bust out all the photos when you come on the stream. We'll have to share all those lovely photos of us working over the many years together. Okay. Getting a little paper plate. And I'll put that right here. And then we shall flocky flock. Yeah, this side doesn't like to go for whatever reason, so. Got the whatchamahoosin on here. I mean, I can just do that too. That's probably a good place to start. And I can take that. And then reapply on the edges. Add a little bit more to those sections right there. Need some more love. What's up, Carl? You don't have to add photos for the slide for the stream. I just thought it would be cool. A little bit, get in there. Just a little bit of PVA in the middle. I know. I'm gonna pull up a little bit more on the sides, but that's okay. It'll come back. Okay, let's try that. So also what I'm forgetting to do is press it in a little bit to help it stick. It's actually a neat layered effect that it's getting there. Yeah. Come back. I mean, let me try something. I'm just auditioning some grass. It may be too big. Even like the finely chopped bits, it was the finer bits that I wanted. Although, kind of scattered about like that. If I throw them on here, I'm gonna try something. I'll have to do it. I don't have to do it, but I'm gonna try it. I know this is silly. This looks ridiculous right now. But I kind of liked this look of if I shake it off and like some smaller pieces stick. It just doesn't have the same look. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I've now successfully mixed that flock though. What a goober. That's what I do. Okay, let me add a little straight PVA. This might be a better solution. So like I have a little thicker PVA, right? And then I really liked kind of layering it up a little bit. And then leaving those on there to create just a little bit of texture. And added like rays and unevenness to the field maybe. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of where my thoughts at right now. Now let me dump it off and see how much of it sticks. Yep, need a little bit more sticky. A little bit more on there. Cool. So maybe a couple of spots of PVA bundled up. I know you're probably like, oh my god, that's so much. But it'll work. For the clumping that I want to do and to raise it, that's what I want it to do. I think it'll end up looking pretty cool. Adding just a little bit more level and depth. Yeah. Yeah. That side. There. Kind of cool, right? I'm digging that so far. Shake that off just a titch. Press it down just a little bit. Too much. Too much. Yep. That'll work. Twill work. What's up, Leo? See you out there, Lee Jow. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Derek, I missed you. I saw you in here earlier and I didn't even say hi. How are you, man? Thanks for joining. Guess what I'm sipping on? My cantrip coffee is the go-to in the mornings. The Columbia Duelists, I definitely have decided out of I don't know, it's my go-to. It's still my go-to. delicious. Okay. I'm just enjoying hanging out with y'all, crafting, building this diorama, trying and failing at new blender techniques for my flock. All is well. It's fun to experiment. Okay, let's add a little more. Let's add a little bit more stuff. All right, just maybe a couple of patches here and there. Yeah. A couple different places. Actually, why am I being too fine? Just get it on there. Just get it on there. Okay. Take too much time. Just go for it, bro. Do it! Oh, thank you all for those of you that came out yesterday to support my students at Long Beach City College as they performed The Actor's Nightmare. It was great. They did a great job. They did a fantastic job. It's still up there. I haven't moved it over to whatchamahoo's it, the Performing Arts YouTube channel for the school. So if you're still interested in, oh man, that kind of looks pretty cool right there. It's about to get cooler if I shift some of this around. Man, it definitely looks good with those different levels and the texture in the grass field here. I'm digging that. It's a lot. Let's see what happens when I dump it off. But then if I dump it off, and it gets this kind of like wavy grass effect going on. It's pretty cool. And it's what the cool thing about this stage is it's not like I can still move it around, but it's got this like wavy effect to it that's pretty rad. I like it a lot. Alright, just dump a little bit of that off, and it creates this just natural, like almost just natural tufts by themselves. Oh no, what's going on, Li Jiao? Sorry to hear it could be better. I hope all is well, buddy. Hope all is well. You're hanging out here right now, so that's not all terrible. So I think I'm going to seal it when it comes down to it, and then just seal it like this. Try to seal it with a little bit of that laid down. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Let's set this down. Then I'm going to come back into the next stage. Add some tufts. Big. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's coming along. Needs a little bit more. A little bit more. I really like the layering of the flock where it just comes down on top. And layering it up slowly but surely on top of each other. That's pretty cool. I hadn't planned on that, but I'll take it. I have a mixture of 50-50 in the third bedroom still. Pretty useful out here in the garage, or at least it would have been had I remembered to bring it, but that's okay. That's okay. Anything that's mixed together here with this flock, I was kind of bummed. I was like, oh, I've kind of ruined it, but I haven't, because Cross from Campaign Terrain came on the stream a little while back, and we made some cool hedgerows, and I have some more spare XPS foam. I can just mix this together, and that'll be a pretty cool texture for, this will be a really cool texture for making some of those hedgerows. Some fancy-looking bocage, as it were. Let's go the other direction a little bit. Back this way a little bit. So, I guess as I'm learning, I'm just going to be doing this all over a little bit. Bocage! Woohoo! Keep going here. Off. That can be rough. Ever had one and then a doozy. Dealing with some panic attacks. Still don't know where it comes from, but it's going all right now. Yeah. Li Jiao, me too, man. That has definitely been, the last year has been very overwhelming for me in many regards, and I don't know if I've ever truly had that. I don't know if it's a panic attacker per se, but like having just that overwhelming sensation, and I can relate to that totally. Lots of tea and honestly, I've had to just throw on a nice candle, some relaxing like massage parlor music, and then take a bath. That has been like just a moment to like quiet the mind, and like that's been one of the go-tos. That and crafting. Crafting has been when I can do it, but it's overwhelming. Like I had a little bit of it yesterday before the show. Yeah, that anxious, overwhelming feeling. It's prevalent. But we're glad you're here, and we're glad you're hanging out, buddy. Not necessarily tips for you, Lee Zhao. Just what I've done. Just what I've done. Definitely whatever you got to do to take care of yourself, buddy. Make sure you do it. Well, now I've kind of made, like, poop turds on here. Don't like that. I have to go in here and rough them up just a titch. I feel like I've made tough turds. Oh no. Good evening, Michael. Thanks for joining us, brother. Welcome to the stream. Is Laura still here? I'm just kidding. I'm not doing it. I'm making a joke earlier. I was talking about Michael, at the top of the stream, how I had I put the link to your latest video from today in the chat, and Laura, I'd asked if anyone watched it. I'd say, did anyone watch it yet? And Laura Elstead was on earlier and was saying she was about to watch it, but she decided to tune in here instead. And I told her I would have to make sure you were aware that she decided to tune in and hang out before she watched your video. I'm just messing around, but I really loved your video today, brother. It was really good. Love that. Come back for this. I love that. I love that desk, and I don't know if I knew the history behind it and like its connection with your family. It's really quite awesome. I love it. All right, so I've got some different smattering of stuff here. Got it leveled in. That all looks good. Now it's time. Yeah. You tune in here instead too. Oh man. Yeah. But it was a great video, brother. I really liked the build this week, and that mini looks good. Second mini looks really good. We're gonna get really good tomorrow. Hanging out with Elston from Elston Nation on the stream, painting some Lord of the Rings miniatures. That's going to be a ton of fun. Make sure you remind yourself, and I'll put it in the Discord too. I got to put an announcement in the Discord just reminding everyone that it's tomorrow, not Sunday. Okay. Center. Gotta tell a little bit more. He's not wanting to stand. Well, that's okay. He doesn't need to stand. Just trying to get position and placement in mind in there. I do like him centered a little bit more, Amy. I do like that suggestion a lot. I think I'm going to go with that. It's pretty nice. Oh, you can kind of solidify him in there a little bit so you can see it. Oh, that's cool. Let's do this. Take this out of studio mode. Maybe adjust that just a little bit for you guys. Woo, he fell. He's not super glued. Well, I had him. I had him in there. He'll stay there for like a few seconds, not long. He's gonna fall over. What do you guys think? I kind of like Root's suggestion about placing it in the middle. That looks pretty good. I like that. Featuring Harvey Keitel's character a little bit more. Showing off still a little bit of expansiveness of the field. Looking pretty good. If I tilt this up, I might make him fall over, but do it slowly. Woo, there he goes. Backward sit fall. Pretty cool. Okay. I think that's where I'm going to have him go. I'm going to have him go over there. Right there. Right here? Right here. No. I think I had him back here. But I wanted him that way. He's facing him squared off a little bit more. Okay. I see it. Right there. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for the comment on the flock, brother. So love. Yeah. But also feel sad that more people have this, but it keeps me from telling I'm not the only one. It's true. You're definitely not the only one, Li Jiao. It's a lot of folks in that same area, and just like Amy said earlier, you know, definitely in much solidarity with you, brother. I find, you know, that ability, like, breath is such an integral part of life, and I really, there is a book that was adapted by Ethan Hawke. It's called Rules for a Night, and it was based off of a distant relative of Ethan Hawke. This is important. I'm coming back for this. Based off a different... Oh, I'm back. I'm not in studio mode. But this book, this resonates with me all the time because my mom got this book for me, and I've read chapters of it and have read it to my son. It basically, this knight it was the night before a battle, and he knew he would most likely not survive, so he wrote a series of guideposts that he titled Rules for a Night for his children to follow in his stead if he should fall in the battle the next day. And the knight did fall in battle, and he did die. But he left these letters, and he got them sent back to his kids so they could serve as guideposts to him. And one of the chapters talks about courage, and in that chapter, they talk about fear is the call and courage is the answer. And that's something that resonates with me, that courage is facing stuff that is scary, that is new. And the next sentence holds particular meaning to me as just a person, as a performer, and it's a great rule, and it says, when confronted with fear, a knight always returns to his breath and relies on his breath. And I feel for me that same idea, like that's something that resonates with me all the time. Something that resonates because using the breath, you breathe a certain way, you feel a certain way. It relaxes. It can create tension or it can release tension. And meditation, like Root was talking about, and then, for me, the bath, it's a form of meditation for sure, right? So I always thought that was cool. Fear is the call, courage is the answer. A knight always returns to their breath. Yeah. Remember to breathe. A good note for everyone beyond extraordinary sets of circumstances that we've all endured for this last year. Okay. Shall we glue this other guy on? Let's glue him on. Let's glue him on. I kind of stuck this guy in glue already. He probably would have stayed, but he's got some. Oh yeah, he's got some tufts on his feet. Let's see. Show you. He's got some tuft on his feet. We'll clear that off. Oh, cool. Nice. It's a good one, Li Jiao. I'm glad you saved it. It's a good read. I like it. It's just it's like a little nightstand book. It's where it lives. Although my son keeps trying to steal it from me. He keeps trying to steal it and put it in his collection. I'm like, you don't have to steal it. This belongs to you too. But it's cool. My mom gave me that when my son was born. I thought that was really cool. My mom gave me that book when he was born. That's a good book, Mom. Thanks for that. There it is. Not completely done. I want to do one last thing. I don't know how to do this. I think I'm going to do it like this. I want to paint the edges black. And then we'll head on over to the Discord. And we'll check out the Discord. Oh man, I need to put that paintbrush in water, otherwise it's never gonna be glue. It's just gonna be too hard. I'm gonna ruin it. Do the border black here. Too much. You'll be shocked to know that I've got too much stuff and have cluttered my space yet again. It wouldn't be my workstation if it wasn't a cluttered mess. Thanks, brother. I think it's looking pretty cool. Decided to simplify a little bit and just do the field. Just try the field here. See how that goes. Yeah. Let me switch. We'll come back to this one and me going away. Bye. I'll be back shortly so we can look at Discord. Just gonna paint an extra line, crisp up the edges, black. Yeah, it's already looking better. I don't want to move it too much because those guys are still drying, but I really like that. That's gonna look cool. Lee Jiao, I love the little grass perks, but the minis are the ones that make it good. Yeah, thanks, Lee Jiao. I intended to add more, like Mini Mason was talking about, adding that facade and creating that backdrop with having the actual house and building the house on here, but I kind of just like it with the field and kind of get an idea. And this is two dudes meeting in the field, settling a matter of honor. Well, Thoreau wants to fight. Fro has this fire inside and a passion for dueling. It's an interesting character. I wonder in his life what fueled all that hatred. This is the fictional character, the Harvey Keitel. I always thought about that. Like, what a cool role. Like, I wonder what he came up with. Doesn't matter because he did a great job, and I love the role, but I always wonder, like, what did he come up with? Like, why? I'm interested in the why. Yeah. Oh, there's a little bit of grass on this side that's overhanging. Come up just a titch. So I'll paint this, and then we'll head over to Discord. We'll take a look at everyone's work, see where you guys are at. If you have not done so, post it up in the Discord. Maybe little rocks. I would, Lee Jiao. I was thinking a little about little rock, but like in the photo, it's just the grassy field with a couple of trees. Like, I could have thrown a tree on here, but again, there was something about just the pure elegance, like you were kind of talking about, of having just the two dudes on here, and not any, just having them by themselves in the middle of this field with these swords, dueling to the death. And something else that, you know, the movie shows, like the opening shot isn't of these dudes in the field, it's of a little girl. It's of a little girl who's like herding some geese and tending to some geese. And she stumbles upon these random dudes in a field that probably belongs to her. And they're there to settle a matter of, they're there to fight this duel. And they have this duel in front of this kid, in front of this little girl, and she witnesses this duel. And that's something that, you know, it's an interesting way to start off a movie. The duels were a part of civilization and culture at that time. The aristocracy was killing itself off because they would fight these duels, and it wouldn't necessarily be killing blows that are landed, but basic penicillin, and it wasn't around, so a small wound could get infected. The cloth of the shirt inserted into your body could fester and end up making you succumb to sickness from infection. But it's just wild to me that, you know, it reminded me when I think now back on that choice that Ridley Scott made to have this little girl and open the movie with her. It's like everyone saw these duels. It was a part of the culture. So this was the part of life. Like, kids grew up seeing this. It's pretty wild. Part of life. Can you imagine that? Part of your life. Having to defend your honor. Ugh. Crazy. Someone challenges you a duel, you're like, well, shoot, I can't back down. Feeling like you're forced to do that. It's wild. Kind of a wild state to be in. Although, they might feel the same way. Kind of a wild state to be locked down for a year. Not go anywhere. Always trade-offs. Already a lot cleaner. There it is. Just to let it dry. Put it back down here. Pretty cool. I'm digging it. I'm digging that. I think that looks really good. I'm pretty happy with it. You know, a little bit of different level of the grass, the two facing off, the swords, teeny tiny swords that we're able to make with the help of all of you out there and your suggestions, inspired by Amy Root's tiny swords. Really cool. I like the black border on it, just cleaning it up a little bit. That's small, but that looks clean too. I like Amy's suggestion of moving him a little bit more towards the center. You still get the expansiveness and that idea of how big the field is, but pretty cool. I still could add a facade, right? I still could add the facade to it and that backdrop, but I don't know. For now, it'll live here. This is where it's going to sit for now, and I may decide to evolve it and change it, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Why he needs a house in the distance, light from the window. Trying to figure out how to incorporate lights. You're trying to figure out how to incorporate lights into my build? What would you do, Zane? That's why he needs the house facade, light source from window. I think that's an abandoned house in the movie. I don't know if there's anyone in there. It kind of looks old and dilapidated, but I'm not sure. Light is always cool. If you can add light, do it. I like the little part. It's small, but in Michael's video, he has at one point he's working on the dagger. Or the mini, I can't remember. It might have been the mini, but he had the forge going on his Skyrim, the Sky Forge. It was pretty cool. I liked that, Michael. That was cool. Okay. Let's do this. Let's head on over to the Discord, and we'll check out the Discord today. Okay. Let me test something. Oh, I forgot I was in studio mode. I just clicked it over. Not the smoothest transition in the world. It just went over. But that's okay. Little jolting. So what's the over-under on how long it takes Crazy Craft to decide to cut off and reposition the hand? That's funny. That's a good point. That's a good question, Cross. I don't know. I'm not gonna touch it. I am gonna leave it because it's okay to make a mistake on the build. It's not like a big deal, but I will let it serve as a reminder that I need to double check, right? If I want to get that specific and I'm gonna recreate a diorama, I do want it to be as accurate as possible. So that's what I want to do in the future. Is just double check. But I really like it. It's pretty good. I just wired up my first 4-way switch from the Tabletop Witchcraft video last week for the Sacrificial Altar I just posted. It was a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, the incorporating electronics is always fun. I'm amazed how all impressive the photos are in the builds in Discord. Always. Speaking of, you're right, Leja. Let's get over here. Let's check out some stuff. Let's start. Oh, man. Tina posted this in the Tabletop Crafters Guild. I believe yesterday, something like that. But Tina's build here of the Guardian of the Entrance to the Mines of Moria is sculpted. That resin looks really good. It looks wet. Like, I love the look. I love how it's bleeding over there. It looks really cool. It's awesome. It's a really good build, Tina. Well done. It's got another picture here of it. The way she painted underneath here and the way the lights hit, like, it just looks cool. Like, there's depth. You can see, like, the water gets deeper, or that's the impression I'm getting from it. It's super cool. Yeah, this is amazing. Super cool. Tina, this is amazing. I love your work, Tina. Absolutely on fire. Here it is. Here's the sacrificial altar that Derek, I believe, was talking about. Is this the one you're talking about? This is cool, man. Oh, this came together great. This is looking awesome. Super cool. Love the LEDs. Love the skulls. Love the blood. Blood for the blood god that drips down. Amazing. That's looking really good, brother. That turned out really good. Derek, you've been building like a madman. Y'all are building like mad folk out there. But Derek, you've got that city that you built. You got the sewer system, which will be cool. You'll come on and show us how to do that sewer system here soon, which will be a great stream. But there's also, this is a really cool build. I'm digging this a lot. Did you use resin? Was this resin that you used for the pour and the blood? Let us know. That may be all the new works and posted. It's just me yesterday doing braids. Another shot of Faro here. Love that. Hashtag love that teen. Yep. Hashtag love that Tina. Pool of blood looks really amazing. It does. Feels like I'm slow as hell. Ha! Negative, Ghost Rider. You are not slow as hell. A lot of really cool builds. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, another shot of the Faro up there. It'll be fun to make those tiny swords with Amy when she comes on the stream. Looking forward to that. That'll be a blast. Speaking of Amy, used resin for the blood. Nice. Speaking of Amy, let's go over to some random chatter, and let's see. Here it is. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. From the 2011 National Stage Combat Workshop. Amy Root caught in action. That is, that's a cool pose. That would be a cool one to replicate. Cool shot. The small sword. That was a fun time. That was a lot of work at that workshop. I think we earned our 8 cents an hour that we made at that workshop. That was a huge workshop. It was a big deal. First time on staff at the National Stage Combat Workshop for Amy Root and I. Derek is saying, how do people pump out these builds on a weekly basis? Yeah, that's an interesting question, isn't it? Well, Cross is here. Cross can talk to a little bit about that, right? You want to chat a little bit about that campaign terrain? We have a quick chat about what it's like to produce those a week. Zane's producing them on a weekly basis now. I don't know if Sonder started filming, but he's getting close to starting to do that. Michael, if you're still here in the chat too, I think all of you guys would be great resources. What are the things that how do you draw inspiration, and like how far out? I'm always curious, like how far out you guys plan your builds. Like, do you have a set plan, Cross? I have I'm trying to work a month in advance for the stream, at least for the Sunday content, with guests and lining up and organization. But mine's a little different because scheduling. So I have a little bit different, but I set mine up just by reaching out and trying to, like, April guests are set. Yeah, or they almost. I think we're waiting to hear back from one person, but pretty much set. Campaign terrain saying I pre-prep a bunch of materials as per each week. I have a sketchbook, pick one to run with. So drawing from the sketchbook, that's cool. Super cool. Seeing if anyone else pops in there. Zane, what's your experience been like so far? If you can, I know Zane might be listening in too. It's challenging. Yeah, if you're gonna dedicate any amount of time to being to putting stuff on YouTube, it takes up a lot of your time, and it's little things that I'd never thought about before, right? It's setting up, for me, the live stream component. There's always technical components to be working on and improving upon, right? Spending time figuring out how to refocus and get the best image out of your webcam, right? So you can showcase the work. Making sure that you're building thumbnails and you're creating thumbnails that are good. Making sure that you have the right tags in place. Like, there's a lot of little time-consuming components to it that I'd never really I didn't know until I started doing it. How many hours do you work on your channel a week? I've been playing around with the idea, but I need to know if I could even get close to doing a week. Well, I mean, what's his name? Nimin. There's a hold on. Stand by, buddy. There's a video that might help and serve as a source of inspiration for you. Hold on. I gotta find. It basically came up with Nick Nimmin. So Nick Nimmin is a big how-to content creator, help YouTubers grow. He was on Live Streaming Pros today, and I caught a little bit of the stream, only a few minutes of Live Streaming Pros live stream today. and they stream 5 days a week. They go 5 days a week, and Nick has a video that he just posted and shared on his channel, and I haven't seen this yet, Derek, where he talks about a content creator that is exploding with about 24,000 new subs a week, and all he's using is his iPhone to film stuff. He's just using an iPhone. So I want to go check out that latest video from Nick. Boy, did his clickbait strategy work. I'm going to go check it out. But I always love the fact that it's featuring a new content creator, like featuring a new build. Like, you don't need a whole lot. It just depends on the hours that you can put in. Like, I know for big builds, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to put that stuff up there. Let me go back to the chat. Oh man, it's blown up. If it's even better if I can pick one, which will lead to a multi-set week with desert stuff, which had the fruit and veg, which had these tables and sale. Yep, good to have spin-offs, right? Things that relate and correspond to each other. It's great, right? That's what it can lead to more content for sure. And then stuff that you can always, or at least when you generate new stuff, you have stuff to refer other people to more of your content, right? Because not only are you trying to generate your stuff for people that have already subscribed, but people that are new to your channel, you got to refer them back to other stuff that they may have not seen, so they can watch more of your videos. Struggle with coming up with stuff, but search images on Google. I draw stuff up with Sketchbook. Yep. You guys seeking inspiration from sketchbooks, seems like, and these Google searches. That's awesome. My build shooting video only takes 1 to 2 evenings. Editing the video takes longer. Editing is definitely the longest part. My memory sucks. Uh-oh. That's not good, Zane. Hey, young man, you're a young lad. Why does your memory suck? You love making prototypes and learning from that. Yeah. Learning, like, always a test build, as it were. Li Jiao. That's really good. I like your creative process, Li Jiao. Like, you've got an idea, you'll try it out, you throw it back. You communicate with whoever you're working with, too, in the collaboration. That's a big deal. And you do... Not only are you, great and, very amenable and take, direction from who you're working with really well, but you do it quickly. That's a big deal. But making the prototypes is huge. Yeah. Making prototypes is a big success. Amy's got an incredible set of tiny sword racks from Zane Morgan Crafts. Check out the Share Your Work channel on the Discord. Thank you. I'm a Virgo, but I love planning. Oh, planning's good. Good shout, Colin. I'll check that out. Yeah, you should. Check it out. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. I don't know what it is, Derek, and I'll find it for you here, too. I mean, I can find it real quick. Yeah, here it is. I'll link it right now, Bubba. It's coming in. He just released it today, I think. Boom. That's to Nick Nimmon's video. I'm going to watch it. Got 100,000 subs in 1 year. Off an iPhone. It all depends on the content and what you're creating. Yeah? I think finding your voice and what you want to... Like, what do you want to share? Like, what is the purpose of the channel? Like, what do you want to do with the channel? That's a good place to start. I mean, to Li Jiao and everyone else's... Like, I had no clue what I wanted to do with this channel when it started. Those first few videos, which you can go back and see, were little funny homages that I just enjoyed, that I thought would be funny and creative to build for the channel. But I knew quickly, I learned that I was like, I had about 4 weeks of content stacked up before I even started releasing. And then I got into like the last like the videos 5, 6, and 7 were done on a weekly basis, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. There's no way. I won't have the time to dedicate to it. or not at least to the time to where I will be able to do other stuff that I want to do. So I opted for a better setup. For me, was live streaming, and it's also something that I was like, I am not the greatest crafter in the world. I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna show anyone anything new under the sun. But I love learning from everyone, and I love bringing people together to discuss an art form and improve upon that art form. Yeah. So I thought that I would head this direction with the channel, and a good decision. I'm digging it. I'm loving where this channel is headed and how far it's come in a little over 6 months. You all have made it an amazing experience, and now look at this community that we have. So it's a huge shout out to everyone. But there is something to be said about Li Jiao, like making a prototype. Just try it, Derek. Right? Have a little bit of a plan, but start doing it. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, and you will learn. I'm laughing because I'm seeing Michael's response. Don't want to put anyone off by saying how much time goes into it. For me, depends what you're doing, I guess, but a lot of time goes into it. It does. Yeah. Just like Michael was saying, it is a lot. It takes a lot, and it's the actual crafting stuff. We're good at crafting, right? Or at least we're experienced. We know how to streamline the craft. But now you're not just crafting anymore. You're filming the content. How to capture the content. In my case, live streaming it. What's the best setup? I'm still figuring all that out. Yeah, trying to work with the resources that I have. One of which is like a borrowed camera from my dungeon master that I just figured out how to operate the settings the other day, because Amy was like, "Oh, what if have you checked those settings?" And OBS with this camera doesn't save the settings, so it's being inconsistent. So now I had to go find a way how to keep it consistent. But because of the community, right? Because of that community, because Amy made that suggestion, because Amy's here on the stream, she made that suggestion, and now this channel got better because she's here and she's interacting with everyone. Too complicated for my own good. Your videos look so great, but are way more complex than I like to do. I'm impressed, but your style is not my style. And that's an important thing too. If you try to emulate somebody else's, that would be like trying to emulate someone else's performance. Yeah. It's got to be you. Yeah. If I wasn't me, you guys wouldn't want to tune in. You guys can. It's got to be coming from your voice, from your perspective. That's important. That's why I love That's why I love Cross's channel. Like, Cross's style is uniquely his style, and I dig his videos. His instruction is clear and concise, and it's fun stuff that you can build. That's why I dig Campaign Terrain. It's Cross. It's Cross's builds. It's Cross's what Cross is working on, what he's sharing with everyone. I love that. Michael's videos are Michael's videos. Zane's videos are amazing. Like, I definitely watch for the people more so than the builds. I watch for the builds too, but like, I really like connecting with the people. And I think if you can create stuff that allows your audience to connect with you, you're headed in the right direction. Yeah. Only two. No plagiarizing my own two anxious angles. I'm glad it's appreciated. Oh yeah, man, it's very much appreciated. I'll be ripping bongs and blasting metal in all my videos, dude. I'll fucking tune in for that. You're gonna be ripping bongs and blasting metal. I want to see those videos. Small improvements every week, Colin. Just look at your backdrop right now. It's very cool. Level up. Thanks, man. Trying to improve. One thing I need to improve upon, which I'm terrible at, If you're new to the stream and you've never been to the channel, please, if you like the content, you like hanging out, you like terrain building, this is the channel for you. I live stream 3 times a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm doing these little dioramas from some of my favorite fights on cinematic history. And then every weekend we do live terrain tutorials with fellow members from the community, from large content creators to members of the crafting community. It doesn't matter. We have and invite all on the stream to share their wealth of knowledge. And I'm very fortunate to have co-hosts on the weekend and guests that join me during the week. But Michael from Nat One Videos, Danny, who's a good friend of ours, joins the stream every week, and they co-host, and it is always an amazing event for me, because it's new information that I learn every week, both from Michael, from Danny, from our guests, discoveries that I make myself. It's good. It's the act of crafting, right? It's how you get better at it. It's how you get better at anything, any skill. Trying new stuff. Oh my goodness, what's he doing? What's he doing? I'll be rigging bombs. So I'm listening here, not even watching. I'm here listening, not even watching. That's fine. I'm glad you're listening in, Zane. We're fortunate to have you listening in. What else is there? I forgot. See, this is what I'm terrible at. I'm terrible at self-promotion. I'm trying to get better with this channel. But all that to say earlier, if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification. Tune in when we go live. The channel is growing. I have a Discord server that is linked in the description of the video below. If you'd like to support the channel and help it grow and get any better, one of the biggest ways you can do that is buy me a coffee. The buy me a coffee link's down there. Many of you have already done that and have been so generous. Thank you so much for that love. It's going to go directly back into this channel and improving the production quality for all of you guys to make better content. So thank you for that. In addition to all of that, everyone who's here today, we've had a total of right now there's 10 of us, 10 of you here with me. Make sure after this video, after the live stream ends, you guys have been doing this a lot lately, and it's been making a difference on who's viewing the videos. Go back and comment on the video, like the video. That helps YouTube push it out to share it with more folks, so we can connect with them and get them in here to become one of the crazy crafter community. It's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got. Zane Morgan's Craft's too busy crafting a photorealistic life-size Parthenon or some guys are wild. You guys are wild. You know, working on the craziness out there. Well, I am. Let's see. Amy's saying the Discord has been growing too, and it's such an awesome group. Very inviting and supportive, and kindly pushes you to craft even when you try to resist. Yeah. Just wait till you get your package. Game on, Holmes. You're gonna be so not so subtly pushed in ways, but that's okay. You're already down the rabbit hole. You joined the Tabletop Crafters Guild. I saw you like my photo last night. It's pretty cool. Well, I'm very, very pleased. I'm very excited with how this diorama. I think the paint has dried. It has. Yeah. Hold this up here for you guys. Check this out. I think we're dried. We're glued. Move this back just a titch. Maybe back just a little titch right there. Get rid of my face. Yeah. Pretty cool. Oh, I just got this stray. Stuff. I need to seal it. Still. I haven't sealed it, but I will. Do that with a little PVA. 50/50 PVA spray over that, and then I'll seal all that in. But I really like the black border. Black border looks clean on it. And that's a cool little piece, man. I'm digging that. That'll be one for the shelves to have in the background. That's the next thing to do. I need to build a shelf next to the swords back there so I can start putting my builds back there. That would be super cool. Sweet. Let's head back over here. I'm going to play some games. Thanks for an amazing stream, man. I like it. Yay! Thanks, Lee Zhao. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Play those games. I'm probably going to do the same thing here in a little bit. I got to clean a food processor. I clean a food processor first, and then I'll think about playing video games. But I have a little bit of time today. A little bit of time. If you have not done so, make sure that you set a reminder. I'll put an announcement here in the Discord shortly that we are going live with Elston Nation tomorrow, doing some Lord of the Rings mini painting tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't miss that. Elston's a fantastic mini painter. That's probably what I'm going to go into doing. I'm going to go back and watch some of Elston's videos I watched a while back when I first was introduced to his channel. But very excited to have a member of the Chilling Wargamers Network on with us as well tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Thank you all for tuning in today. Looking forward to hanging out with you all tomorrow on the stream. Until then, be well. As always, be sure to craft your passion daily. And I will see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for some Lord of the Rings painting. Ride for ruin, for victory, for Rohan. Cheers, y'all.